Hey everyone, I'm Lise Leblanc, therapist, author, and life coach, and today I am going to guide you through some specific steps and strategies to help you manage your emotions when you're emotionally triggered. And at the end of this video, I will give you a few questions to ask yourself to assess whether your reactions are appropriate and proportionate to the situation or not. Please note that this is part 1 of 2, so please click the notification bell so you don't miss my next video on this topic. First, let me explain that being emotionally triggered means that you are experiencing an intense emotional reaction in response to a situation that consciously or subconsciously reminds you of a past trauma or unresolved issue. So your reaction may be quite disproportionate to the current situation due to the fact that it's attached to a bigger emotional wound. Emotional triggers often cause automatic knee-jerk reactions, meaning that you may not have full control over your nervous system when you're triggered. And this influences you to react impulsively, aggressively, or defensively. Emotional triggers can manifest physically with a rapid heartbeat, sweating, or other unpleasant physical symptoms. And these physiological reactions amplify the emotional experience, making it hard for you to act rationally or communicate effectively, which obviously will put more strain on the relationship. So understanding and addressing your emotional triggers, as well as learning to manage yourself when you're triggered, is extremely important when it comes to creating and sustaining healthy relationships. So here, in no particular order, are some steps and strategies that you can use to help regulate your emotions when you're triggered. Step 1 is to know your triggers and recognize when you are triggered. If you don't have self-awareness and you don't know what triggers you or why, then you've got some internal work to do. The fact is, we've all got our gremlins, those unresolved issues and emotional vulnerabilities that influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. But you need to know your gremlins. You need to know when they're awake and looking for trouble and how to tame them. Otherwise, they will unleash their destructive forces when you least expect it, and they will prevent you from experiencing the results and outcomes you're seeking. Let's be honest here. It's my responsibility to understand and manage my triggers and reactions, and it's your responsibility to manage yours. You can blame whoever or whatever for your bad reactions, but you don't need to be a psychic to predict that nothing changes if nothing changes. You'll just keep attracting the same problems, repeating the same patterns, and getting the same crappy results. So if you need some help identifying your triggers, there's a free worksheet in the description section of this video to help you out. Step 2 is to get grounded. We've all had the experience of saying or doing something hurtful while we're overwhelmed by emotions, and we usually end up regretting it. So practice putting a pause between trigger and response, and if nothing else, stop talking and take a moment to reconnect with the present moment and stabilize yourself. I get that you may have good reason to be upset, but reacting impulsively will only make matters worse. To ground yourself, simply find a quiet spot, plant your feet firmly on the ground, and take a few deep, slow breaths. Focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body, and tune into your immediate environment. What do you see, hear, and feel? You can use a grounding kit to help shift your attention away from your escalating emotions and to help bring you back to a more centered state, helping your nervous system to stand down. A grounding kit can include items that engage your senses and provide comfort, such as soothing essential oils or scented candles, a soft texture like a plush fabric, or some favorite music. Maybe it's photos or objects that bring you peace and activate positive memories. Keep this kit accessible so that you can easily find it when you need to ground yourself. Step 3 is distress tolerance strategies. So on top of these grounding techniques, there are many distress tolerance strategies that can improve your ability to cope with emotional distress more effectively. Some strategies include taking a cold shower, meditating. It could be strenuous physical activity, progressive muscle relaxation. But the point is, these strategies can help interrupt the cycle of emotional escalation, giving you time to regain your composure so that you can approach the situation in a more constructive and calm way. Number 4 is activate the rational, logical side of your brain. So when emotions are running high, the limbic system, which is responsible for processing emotions, can overpower the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in executive functions such as decision making, impulse control, and rational thinking. This shift can impair your ability to think clearly, plan strategically, and manage your responses effectively, leading to more impulsive and irrational reactions. So, to regain control, intentionally activate the rational, logical side of your brain by engaging in activities that require concentration and logical thinking. This could be a math problem or labeling the objects around you. These activities help shift your focus from emotional turmoil to a more analytical mindset. Also, take a step back and try to objectively analyze the situation by asking yourself questions like, what evidence supports my current thoughts and feelings? What evidence contradicts my current thoughts and feelings? What are the possible outcomes of different responses? Have I successfully handled this type of situation before? If so, how? This can allow you to think more clearly and make decisions based on logic rather than being driven by your intense emotions. Number 5 is get a reality check. It's no secret that every relationship has its share of problems. Our needs and values are not always going to be perfectly aligned with our partners. There will be ups and downs. There will be things that are said and done to hurt and upset each other. While the current conflict may feel overwhelming, it often represents only part of a bigger picture. So again, take a step back and assess whether your emotional response is proportionate to this specific situation or whether it's being influenced by past grievances. Consider whether you're viewing your partner and your relationship through a distorted lens due to the intensity of your negative emotions. When you're emotionally triggered and charged, you may temporarily lose the ability to see your partner and your relationship in a realistic and balanced way that reflects both the positive and negative aspects. So ask yourself the following questions to determine if your reactions are proportionate to the situation. First, does my reaction reflect my best self or my wise state of mind? Second, would I feel comfortable if the people I admire and respect witness my behavior right now? Third, does the way I'm thinking and feeling in this moment accurately reflect the true nature of my partner and the overall dynamic of our relationship? Fourth, did I feel this way about my partner last week or last month? And will I feel this way about them next week or next month? If your answers to these questions are no, then focus on regulating your emotions before trying to address the issue. On the other hand, if your answers are yes, it's still best not to discuss it right now or make any big decisions, but it would be a good idea to confront the reality of your relationship sooner than later. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss part 2, which I will be releasing very soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.